I don't know, bro. Like Ben, now you think on this level? Like, let me ask you that. You think on this level?
Start the team.
Listen. So for the 20 fights, I've been pro just going into like third year. So constantly, the cards have been stacked against me. So this Midlands area title, it was on Clifton's show, away from home. Everything was set up for him to win the title. And it's been like that on many occasions, short notice, turn up. Fighting at the end of the day. I know there's levels to it, but it's man, oh man. If you got a name of voluntary, now my name's in your head. You said you didn't know me before. You said, who is it? I wish I could have got an introduction.
I know you
now
know.
You know me.
I know you know, man. Yeah,
beautiful.
Man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, bruv, this thing is getting serious.
We did it again.
We did it again. Listen, you see this young man here? He is the epitome of don't look at a man's record.
Seriously.
Don't go on, what do you call that thing? Box rec.
Because you know what? Records are only for DJs.
Records are for DJs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to bring to you the new Midlands area super lightweight champion, Mr. I call him Robocop because, bro, the way the thing was going is like Robocop.
He's a machine.
Mr. Ben Fields.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tunde. Thank you, Spencer. And I said to you both, thanks for calling the fight as you saw it on the night, because I've been on many shows and I've listened to the commentary, and sometimes it's like they're watching a different fight. But hearing how you was giving the rounds and that, it was honestly, thank you for calling that as you saw it.
You know why? Because we're boxing people.
Exactly. And we're not begging friend neither. You see, enough man want to, seriously, because like you weren't the house fighter. You were the opponent. So usually people are going to see certain things to the house fighter advantage. But, you know what I mean? I have to big up Clifton Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, done his first thing for Fight Stream. So big up Clifton Mitchell, former British and European title challenger.
Yes.
Got to big him up because it was a great show, because like on supposed small hall promoters, because of this pandemic that we're going through,
yes,
no one ain't promoting like that, putting on shows. Clifton Mitchell, yeah, I mean, linked up with his business partner and said, come, let's go do this thing. And they done it. And it was a wicked show. Excellent. And to close it with a fight like what you man put on.
Bro, what a show. Bro,
we're going to take clips from that. We're going to show little clips
We've got to show clips of that.
Gary's going to go. We're going to pan in some pieces of there. And I know for like the guys at Fight Stream TV is going to be going to squeeze us as well because we're promoting their stuff. But what a fight, brother. Talk us through that fight.
Come on, tell us, Ben. We need to hear this.
So, my previous fights, what I usually do, I'm usually giving the first 1 or 2 rounds away, and I'm trying to sort of ease my way into the fight. Obviously, being an away fighter as well, you're turning up, your conditioning's there or thereabouts, but you're not firing on all cylinders. Yes. You can't be unless you've had that camp. You're wondering what's in the tank. But knowing what I'd gone into this camp, knowing what we've been doing in the gym, I knew from the first round, as soon as I knew once I put it on him that I wouldn't stop. And I heard you saying, you know what, muscle-bound fighters, maybe the 4th round.
Yeah, bro. Bro, wait. Bro, wait. Because I heard you, bro. I was like, Spence, there's no way this guy can keep up this work rate for 10 rounds.
Yeah, 10 rounds.
And you know when I knew something was wrong? It was your ring entrance, because you never looked like no challenger. Bro, you coming with a roots tunes and you was bouncing on your toes, and I'm saying to myself, nah, man, I think they made a mistake in this fight here, because, bro, before the fight, Alex Fearon was related to Spencer Fearon. After the fight, he flipping disowned him. He didn't even know who he was.
Bro. Nah, you know what? No, funny games aside, because like Clive is they're distant. They're my family. They're from Clarendon in Jamaica as well. They're actually my family. We're distantly related, but when I look on, like Clive was looking at me and said, yeah, you look like one of my cousins back home in Jamaica. I said, yeah, cool. But I warned the boy as well, I warned Alex, I said, brother, if you lose this fight, me and you are no family. But now, end of the day, big... But Big up Alex Fearon anyway, man. He put a hell of a fight. He got a chin.
You know what? He was tough. He was a tough lad, and like you said, his chin, because he was taking some big shots.
Oh, God almighty.
To the body, to the head, and he was still firing back. So I've got to give him massive respect, because after about the 4th or 5th round, that's when I started smiling at him. And I saw that. I saw that. And it's not. It wasn't an ego thing, but sometimes it just comes out because you just know you've got him. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. He was giving me all he could back, but I knew deep down, and I thought, you know what, this is not going your way. The whole show was set up. It was set up for him to win.
Yes, and
100%.
And that's always a great story when the man that wasn't supposed to win, just rewrites the whole script. And when I saw the two of you physically, you look like two different weights. From where we were sitting, you were so, bro, your conditioning. Tell us about the training camp and how you train. And one thing I really want to touch on, which a lot of people will not know, and I only learned about it after the fact, is that your trainer fought for the same title 27 years before that, and you, in remembrance, wore the same shorts. That is incredible.
So my trainer Sean Colgan, he wore the same shorts fighting for the Irish title and the Midlands super lightweight. It was doing light welter back then. So it was he fought Malcolm Melvin, who was actually there on the night with his fighter Owen Cooper.
I know Malcolm.
So they had
he was a slick steer on Malcolm, little boxer mover.
They had that fight at the Tower Ballroom in Birmingham, but I've got to tell you one thing. I don't know how they made them shorts back then, because when you get water on them, they get a little bit heavy. Not like these today shorts when the water runs off them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they were made out of, but.
Well, I think that's even more credit to the conditioning of you, because having those heavy shorts on you and still being able to maintain that pace for all those rounds and the intensity. I just, I remember on the night you was telling me about, because I was very interested to know your story, and that's the thing about the fight is right. We're not all about just promoting the big guys who everybody knows, and we're about giving people credit and the spotlight at the lower, let's say, scale of the sport. And I said it to Spencer, we got to get Ben on the show, because when you told me a little bit about your story, I was like, this is inspiration. So tell us, on the night you told me about you work with young children. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I work in schools. I went to uni. When once I got out of prison, I went to college and then done one of those access to higher education where you go do some A levels over a year, and then went to uni and done youth work, and then started working in a youth club in Birmingham, and then the job came up to work in schools, and it's sort of like a mentoring role. So I go in and just work with the kids that are going through stuff, and even now in the current climate, they've got it even tougher, with all the restrictions and regulations, face mask on, all of that. So being a teenager, it's a tough time anyway. So with all this lockdowns and pandemic, you know what I mean? Adults are struggling with it, you know what I mean? So even it's just great to be able to help out and to maybe try and deter some of the more troubled ones than going down similar paths that I went down. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, that's why salute you for this thing.
Bear salute, because John Pegg was telling me that your story, that you came from a troubled background yourself. You know what I mean? And how you managed to brush yourself off and then come into boxing with limited experience. And going on shows, being treated as a journeyman, they put you in, so you're the opponent.
Yes.
Cool.
How does it feel now that you've turned that all around?
You know what? It wasn't even in the beginning. Like I say, I was learning on the job. I was literally turning up, giving it a go. You know what I mean? Damage limitation, trying not to take any big shots. But I knew I was a fighter. Do you know what I mean? There's clear differences between amateur boxers, and I'm not saying they're not fighters, but you can tell the boxers and you can tell the fighters.
Very,
you know
very good point.
And that's what I class myself as. You know what I mean? It's not always pretty. It's not always it's not
But it's
always
effective. It's effective.
And it's exciting.
Yeah, it's not.
It's effective and it's
exciting.
exciting.
It's exciting.
Yes,
man.
yes.
Trust me.
So moving forward now, you know, you got your belt. Show the people your belt, please, Ben. Because that belt's nice.
No, I'm proud of it because you know what? A lot of hours in the gym with my trainer and just to win a title is massive. Do you know what I mean? Because I never thought this would be achievable. Do you know what I mean? Turning up on away shows, limiting notice. It wasn't really part of the plan. But we're here now, and like I said, man, we're contending, and we're going to see how far we can go.
Excellent. And you know, the new British and Commonwealth champion, Riddy, I saw a little tweet in a week.
I'm going to send him a message.
But I need to see.
Send Riddy a message.
Oh yeah, can we get Riddy on the thing? Is that possible?
Yeah, of course it is.
Bro, we're gonna start some smoke in the thing. But before Spence does that, you know, I remember on the night when I was interviewing you, you said, "Listen, me and my trainer, we're just gonna take this as far as we can go." You know, and what a story it would be if you had the opportunity to fight Riddy, and who knows, Spence?
You never know. But I think the English title's vacant now. I speak to John Pegg, your manager, right? And he's saying the English title's vacant, I believe. So maybe you can go along that route of like fight for the English title to build your stature even more and come out successful in that, and then challenge someone like Riddy Rival.
That'd be good. I was saying to myself, I don't think a lot of people want to fight Riddy. I know I saw his manager, I think Lee Eaton, say that there were a few people ahead of you. And I was like, bruv, cut that long thing, man. Bruv, people might not like Riddy's style, but I believe that your style will really... It will gel with his style because he would want to box you and move, and you ain't taking no backward steps. And that's a good fight.
I think it would be... You know what? It would be a fan-friendly fight because I've seen how he fights and how he boxes, and you know what I mean. He's no awkward style himself. You know what I mean? He's not the most orthodox. He's not the most orthodox fighter.
What are you doing, bro? Sorry, bro. I've got Riddy on the phone.
Sorry, Ben. You know this is.
We don't play with this.
You know this is live and direct. Man's phoning Riddy right now. Let's go. Come on.
You want to jump on the Zoom right now?
Ladies and gentlemen. The man called ennis-brown.
Ennis.
Riddy as gate crash the dance. Riddy come gate crash the thing like it's a dancing. You know, yard man always come and mess up the place. I just bust down the door and they just don't want to obey the rules. But so Riddy's decided to gate crash the dance. But what? Listen, I keep saying it. Spencer Fearon and Tunde Ajayi and my man Gary Blake, because we don't forget Gary.
Never ever.
It's the dream team. We are doing something in boxing that's never been done. We are giving these young men a platform to air themselves and show what they've achieved. Some of us have to wait and only see the people on Sky TV, the BT Sports and that. But, you know, when me and Spencer and Gary came up with this idea, it was always to give fighters like yourself a platform. You understand? So people you're building your name, you're marketing yourself, and by the time you get to Sky and BT, the people know you already. And I'm going to give myself and Spencer and Gary a round of applause for that.
All right, now Tunde, enough of the Martin Luther King speech, yeah? Right, Riddy Rivals on the team.
Come on.
The new British and Commonwealth. Was it 10 stone now?
Super lightweight.
Light welterweight, junior lightweight, whatever you're junior welterweight, whatever you're gonna call it, I don't business. But you're the champion of that. So let's give him a rumpus round of applause, my brother.
Come on, hey.
Really, this thing's all about opportunity. We got a young man on here right now who just fought his heart out.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, right? For the Midlands area title in your weight division. In Ben Fields. And Ben wants to lay you in the fields, brother.
Yeah,
Ben,
man.
bro, Ben wants that smoke, brother. I'm telling you, Ben wants that smoke. So we want to know if the Riddy man is up for the challenge, because we don't care about no promoter, no MTK, no Frank Warren, no Eddie. Bro, we're promoting this thing because we need this fight. I believe, as I was saying previously before you came on air, not too many people will be lining up to fight you, Riddy, because you've got a unique style. And you can't really prepare for ennis-brown. You can't.
No, man.
You can't find no sparring partner.
And he's fit as well, you
And
know.
he's fit the Russ. Bro, Riddy's a man. He's one of them man there. If you tee from his shop, you better be doing a marathon running, because he ain't gonna stop running. He's running you down. but the thing is that I believe that there's not gonna be too many people lining up to fight you just because of your style or your fitness and your tenacity. But in Mr. Ben Fields, I believe that we have someone who is going to give you the run for your life. Bruv, I'm telling you, Mr. Ben Fields ain't no joke, brother. And I know Riddy's a fighter. Riddy's a fighter, but... go on, talk.
This fight is head-on collision.
Come on.
You know, forward. I don't take a backward step. And I know that, watch any of my fights, 20 fights, all in the away corner. And I don't take a backward step, and I don't take no for an answer. So, if, belts aside, rankings aside, man on man, once you look into my eyes, like I looked into Fearon's eyes before the fight, that's where it's at. And I know there's levels to the game, don't get it twisted. I know I'd be the underdog. But you got to have a voluntary defence. So,
come on, Riddy. Bro, you know what I like about Riddy, yeah? Before, Riddy used to hype up the thing, but you know when you win the belt, you're like, bro, you man ain't on a level no more, brother. You man just have to chat to me, bro. You understand, Riddy? I know, bro. I know the look. I know the look of confidence. Like, bro, I don't need to chat no more.
God, Riddy, what you thinking?
I'm the man. You get what I'm saying? Come on, Riddy. Come on, talk the thing.
Bro, it's mad, yeah, because you know what? It's like, since when these titles, bro, it's like everyone wants to beat me up now, bro. Like, literally, everyone wants to beat me up. People know they want to fight, they want to smoke, but now, everybody here, got literally every day I'm seeing a different person calling my name. But it's a good feeling, don't get me wrong. Like,
yes.
I'm not knocking it. Like, you're not far from opportunities, never far from, you know what I mean, getting out having a good fight. Like, it's good, it's a good feeling. But, like, I can't lie, you lot all caught this on me by surprise still, you know what I mean? Like, I wish you could have sent me a message so I could know this guy's name or something. So I could,
but we're live, we're live and direct. We're live and direct. That's what makes us different.
I love that. And I love this guy. What's your name?
Ben Fields, yes. Ben Fields.
I love the fight that you want to challenge, test yourself. You know what I mean? Like that exactly like me. You know what I mean? I want to test myself. Went out there and done it. But I don't know, bro. Like Ben, you think on this level? Like let me ask you that. You think on this level?
Listen. So, for the 20 fights, I've been pro just going into like third year. So, constantly, the cards have been stacked against me. So, this Midlands area title, it was on Clifton's show, away from home. Everything was set up for him to win the title. And it's been like that on many occasions, short notice, turn up. Fighting at the end of the day. I know there's levels to it, but it's man to old man. That's how it is.
Come on.
So I know what's inside of me. I've seen you fight. I didn't think much of the last fight. I didn't think much of it. I don't know. There was too much holding going on. Too much of that. And you know what I mean? But if you want fan friendly, you go on my social media and they'll say Ben's never been in a dual fight, whether it's boxing columnists, whether it's Spencer and Tunde now, they've seen me, it's fan friendly. So let's get friendly with the fans, because I know your style and my style, it'll gel well.
I believe so.
And that's what we're in the game for. We're in the game for big fights. We're going for big fights, not big fights on paper, but big fights, big ferocity.
Yeah, no, I hear that. So what you saying? So you just want to basically give the fans a good fight. That's what you're doing this for, because like you come against me, bro. Like this is, I'm telling you,
but I want to fight you. Talk about the fans. You're saying they're heavy, aren't they? The belts are heavy, like you said. They're heavy. But Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's how it is. That's how it's always been.
Respect it. I respect it. Listen to me. Hear me out, though. Hear me out. All that aside, the soldier talk aside, I'm saying right now, to me, I'm actually man to man. Are you ready for this level? Like,
I know.
Never.
I know.
When you're in there, I know. When you're in there, it's no going back. The bell rings. There's no going back.
Come on, Riddy.
Right. I'm just asking, like, you know.
No, all right. I know.
It's the way
I know what you. It's not about knowing what you bring. It's about knowing what I bring.
Come on.
Listen, Tunde Spencer. Everybody, it's like words got about. Everybody knows I got this one voluntary defense before I get man to whatever. Yeah, everybody's itching for it. But no one don't ask themselves really deep down, like look yourself in the mirror and say, "Bro, am I ready for this?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, Riddy rival, killing the sound. Like, that's some real smoke. Smoke. You say you want the smoke.
Well, sitting from
on the air, like Tunde and that. This the light.
It's not about that for me. Listen, if you get to know me as a person, it's not about that. It's not about the Zoom.
But you know what, Riddy? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
it's not about that.
Sorry, Ben.
It's about. You know, you are the level above me. It got mentioned. So yeah, I'm rolling with it. You've got a voluntary. If you want to hand it over to one of the other MTK lads, like the Plannies, then you can do that. But on how it is, at the end of the day, look, I am an easier fight on paper. You know. So another voluntary to another lad who's higher up, who's had a better amateur pedigree, who's a better boxer. You got more chance of losing it in that fight than me. I'm
gonna keep it real with the both of you. Riddy, what you see now is you find yourself in a position where you now have to think with your head. See, because before when you was coming up, you wasn't in the position that you're in now. Now you're understanding that boxing is a business. See, and you can't let your head rule your heart because you have to make strategic moves. As fans, myself and Spencer, we definitely want to see the fight. But now I feel it's down to your management. Sorry. Well, whether they're going to accept this fight. But it's definitely a fight we want to see.
Yeah, 100. I'd like to see it. But anyway, I got to say this. Your fight, because it was an honor for me to do ESPN Plus, to call your fight, to do the round by rounds. And you know what? You said what you said prior to the fight, what you were going to do with Philip Bowes. And you know what? All credit in the world for doing what you did. You weren't playing in there, bro. You know what I mean? And then you found your range as well. And how awkward is it like fighting with no crowd? How was that like? What was that like for you?
Yeah, it's a different experience. So, like, it's different. Like, you know, that's what it really was, an experience. Something you learn by. And I think going into it, if I had to do it again, it'd be a lot more easier because you've experienced it now. Like, before, it's like you can't really, like, weigh it up in your head to, like, what to expect, you know? Like, you never done it before. But, yeah, it was a bit different, a bit flat.
So how was it for you, Ben? Because Ben did the same thing 2 weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying. When was your fight, Ben? When was your fight? You said you had a fight 2 weeks ago. When was this? The middle of the fight. When was this?
It was 13th of September, so yeah, a couple of weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago.
I think the thing is,
so what's your record? What's your record now?
Record's 10 wins, 8 losses, 2 draws.
Okay, cool.
See, the thing is, as you say, you know, you're blessed, Riddy. You're now with MTK, and you're one of the
best in the business.
Yes, man. So we know that. Yeah, you're one of the business. You're one of the few professionals right now that actually have a platform to showcase their talent. But I had to big up Clifton and Fightstream TV because, you know, they have really given these young men an opportunity to fight. And although you don't know about it, you know, he did fight. It wasn't a new platform.
It was a nice setup.
And it was a nice setup. You know, myself and Spencer commentated on the thing.
The best in the business.
And I think, sorry, I've got this mad cough. And I think that, you know, now with more shows like this, you make, because, you know, we all love boxing. We all like to watch boxing, and I think there's an opportunity for you to even watch Ben Phil's fight. But I know when you're the champ, you ain't really looking what's behind you, you're only focusing on what's in front of you. So, but Ben is a good fighter. I can vouch for that. He's got a great style.
It's not even that, yeah. You know what? It's not even a case of like looking behind you, whatever, yeah. Like,
yes.
I don't even mind fighting in defending whatever these guys and giving these guys opportunities. Yeah, like I used to get mad at people that wouldn't give me a shot. You know what I mean? I'm all
Yes.
down
I like
for
that,
yeah.
bro. I like that.
But I'm ready. I'm ready to make some real money now. You know what I mean? So that's all it is.
Come on.
Whoever's the best opportunity, whoever's gonna make me more money now. You know what I mean? Like boxing's a short career, so I'm all for like Ben and that. Yeah, but I'd rather someone like Ben. You just fought for the Midlands. Like go fight. K Prosper's another guy, the English champ. He's calling out. You two fight. Whoever wins,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
Come fight me then. You know what I mean? Then
So that's the fight, really. So that's how we're moving. So go on, Ben. Go on, really.
Now, what I'm saying, you got a voluntary coming up, so I just wanted to make it just clear that I'm there. You know what I'm saying? No matter, I don't know, looking at the numbers and the rankings and promotion style, but if you got a name of voluntary, now my name's in your head. You said you didn't know me before. You said, who is it? I wish I could have got an introduction.
I know you
now
know,
you know me.
I know you now, man. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Bro,
but you know what? K Prosper's the one still, you know. K Prosper, Ben, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. You for the English. Like I was saying, I thought the English title was vacant. And now I know that K Prosper's got that title. K Prosper is trained by, what the boy we're trained Dylan?
So they're both pulling
Xavier.
Xavier trains
K Prosper.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh yeah, that used from Luton. Yeah, that used from Luton.
So
he's rangy.
They both fight, build their profile, you know what I mean? Make the profile sound bigger.
Yes.
It's a bigger fight, you know what I mean? Like it's a fight TV you want or something, you know? Like, it's all about a business, you know what I mean? Like it's not really.
Go on, brother. You know what? Riddy, you're talking the talk now. Now you're talking. Now you're seeing it from a different perspective. And that's the great thing. And
that's understandable, but I guarantee you, once you're saying you bring the smoke, but I bring the smoke too, and I guarantee you, it's a good fight. But sometimes you get good records, and you get it looks good on paper. You'll fight the last one, the stream, the MTK. Look good on paper.
Yeah, Philip Bowes.
I know that a lot of people would have rather seen the Fearon fight. Mine and the Fearon fight, you know what? It wasn't a higher level.
That's a good point.
But as far as what went down on the night, you asked Spencer on Tunde, it was a more exciting fight.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, styles do make fights. Styles do make fights, and that's why
I think when you ask for what the fans want to pay for to see, do they just want to see two guys could bring an exciting fight? Or do they want to see Riddy's rival tested and never fight? How's he going to defeat this next test? Philip Bowes, the masterclass, a real test. What Riddy rival style he hasn't been against. Let's see how Riddy rival deals with this. Oh no, Riddy rivals gets hit, he gets caught. Well, he can be hit. He's been cut. Mate, they love that. The fans love that stuff, man. And they're paid to see that again, you know. So it don't really matter. So I think the fans will always pay more to see me, whoever I go against, over you. And that's just me, what I bring to the table. And
I gotta be real, because I was at both fights. Hey, what? I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm keep it 100. Yeah? I'm keep it 100. I was at both fights. I think Riddy's fight was a good fight. But Fields versus Fearon, that fight,
raw excitement,
because it was just man coming to blaze out, man.
And I personally think that Riddy wants to be in those kind of exciting fights because it will raise his profile.
100.
Yeah,
100. I'm all for that. Like he said, he's an exciting fighter. You lot, like, I take your word for it. So if you lot say he's an exciting fighter, I'd love to get this fight on and do it. You know what I mean? But it literally is like
it's business now.
It's business.
Like, list of fights, like and it's like if you can, you know what I mean, do it good. You announce yourself. You know what I mean? The fans, you got like a little fan base that's growing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sure flipping they all love this. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Build it, bro. Let's get it going.
That's
you know what I mean? Go out there. You go out there. You get the English. You know what I mean? You can get the English, and I don't know, prove yourself a bit better than I'm down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I like that.
Excellent.
Anyway, what I want to ask, Riddy, in your fight with Philip Bowes, yeah?
Yeah.
What did you think of him? Because like before, you didn't show him no respect. Like prior to the fight, like what did you feel after the fight?
Oh, like this is the thing, yeah. That people don't get, yeah. You know me, then you know, like I respected Philip all the way through the fight, before the fight, way before the fight. When I first turned pro and he was pro, like I was respect for that guy. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. Like I said to Philip many times through all of this, it's not personal, it's a business. You know what I mean? Like, people couldn't catch the drift with that. They don't take me serious. I was being genuinely, like, 100% genuine. Like, bro, I don't want to... it's bro, this is what I got to do. I got to get what I got to get, bro. Like, I mean, I feel it is probably a decent guy, a nice guy, cool guy. But that's what it was. In the fight, the whole way through the fight, before the fight, I knew he was a good fighter. You know what I mean? Obviously, I was the favourite in it, and for what I've done and put our records next to each other. But I know that you can't overlook it, and I know how bad Philip wanted that fight. I know that the best Philip was going to turn up on the night because he didn't want to lose to me. You know what I mean? And obviously, the vengeance, whatever, and I probably would bring out the best in him. But I know the better Philip, bring out the best in me. And on the night, yeah, like what he showed me on the night was more. He's a lot of experience. Like he has a lot. All them fights he's been through, whether he's won, lost, whatever. He gained so much experience. Even down to the holding, you know what I mean? Even down to the holding. That was
so
like
true.
Really a good tactic, like, you know what I mean, to take me out my side of it, you know? So, the dipping on the ropes, like, all the little things, I mean, like, it showed me that he's been around and, you know, he gained loads of experience, and he's one of them special fighters that get better with age, you know? So, yeah, decent fighter, very good fighter.
I mean, well, we've got to congratulate you, Riddy. Also got to congratulate Ben Fields, who we've re-nicknamed RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop is Ben's new name.
That's because that boy doesn't come. He don't stop. He's just on program to seek and destroy. But really, what you showed me in that fight is adaptability when you fought Philip Bows, because you didn't have it all your own way, and some of the rounds were close. It was difficult to score while being ringside. When I went back to my hotel and watched it on replay, you won that fight pretty convincing. And not only that, but you took away Philip's heart. Philip, after the fight, was complaining. This is no disrespect to Philip Bows, because he's my guy still, but he was complaining after the fight like he really thought they won the fight. But he didn't do enough, and you outworked him. So that's the thing. Like, you in that fight, you were prepared to do what you don't usually do. And you worked at the puzzle, and you was constant pressure. So for that, I got to congratulate both men on your both title wins. Big up Ben Fields for being the Midlands area super lightweight champion. Massive big up for Riddy Rival for being the British and Commonwealth.
And can I just say, in closing, can you please both big up your trainers?
Yes.
Because I know the story of both of your trainers, me as well being a trainer. And you know that the reason why I talk so much, because I'm an advocate for trainers. Because I know how hard these men work. And they...
I respect how you big at the trainers all the time now.
All the time, brother. I'm the one who make trainers feel good about themselves. And they've always felt good about themselves. But they've always felt that they need to be behind. No, brother. You understand? If you are enjoying the fruits, why can't I be part of that? So I want you...
Press the buzzer.
Come on. So I want you young men to big up your trainers, because I know what they go through. And you got the British title, they got the British title. You got the Midlands title, they got the Midlands title. So please, young men, big up your trainers. Start with Riddy.
100%, man. Like, definitely. Like, through all my coaches, from like John, Tony, Scott, like, they all play a big part of the team, man. Like, it's a cliche when people say that, like, they play a part, but you don't understand. Like, for me, my whole life, even from boxing, like, people only see now the bouts, but you don't know, it's been a roller coaster to get to this part, man, up and down parts where you didn't believe they ain't gonna make it, but you know what I mean? So, you know, the people that stand by you through the hard times and whatnot, you know, they're really there. And I call all my trainers, my corner team, whatever, like, I mean, like, class was my best friends, you know what I mean? Like, even friends what I've had from young, gone away, whatever, these are my friends now, but you know what I mean? Like, what stays in your life, and I can always depend on. Got my back, and nah, man, mad love for them, brother. Like, maybe I don't even say it enough, you know. Sometimes, you know, you got mad love for the coach. And
come on, Ben.
Yeah, man.
It's yours.
Nah, honestly, because my trainer Sean Colgan, he's took me from white collar all the way through, and a lot of these trainers, I've said it before, that sometimes if you're taking someone in there was a top amateur, you know what I mean, and you're taking them to titles. I'm not saying it's easy, but, you know, taking someone that's had no previous experience of boxing.
It's a big thing.
Going to the first white-collar fight and then turning them into a champion. That's something. And I've got to say that, you know, we're training in the back end of Digbeth in Birmingham, and that gym's cold in the winter. I mean, cold, man. You spill water, you go back the next day, and it's freezing. It's freezing. So when you're in there training, it's not so bad. But when you're in there and you're not really getting your heart rate up, little bits here and there, you know what I'm saying? So he's there by my side, whether it's morning, you know what I'm saying, nighttime training, and always in my corner, and I can't. You know what? A lot of people change trainers, but you can't. You know what? I would never think of that. Would never think of that.
You know why? Because like I say all the time, loyalty is what, Ton?
Royalty.
Simple as that.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have both of you. And I like the way the both of you kept it very, very respectful. You know, you're both champs. Yeah. And
you act like
and you act like
can't lie.
champs.
If you had a bit more profile, I'd have been going at you.
Come on, really rival. But that's your character. But again, when I see you, even just how you come in here compared to you, how you was before, there's different that calm. It's a different energy. It's that calm assurance that, you know, you've achieved something, a lifelong dream of becoming a British champion and a Commonwealth champion, and it's on to the next one. It's European and world.
100.
So
100.
Big up Riddy. Thank you for coming on the show, Ennis-Brown, aka Ennis-Brown. Big up the RoboCop man himself, Mr. Ben Fields on The
Ben,
Fight Is Right.
Keep doing your thing, Ben.
Come on down.
I don't want to say respect to Riddy, like, obviously achievements and that. Do you know what I mean? All I'm just letting you know, I'm coming up just like you
the
was.
man's still trying to talk
and I'm
the fight.
hungry. Do you know what I mean? I'm just behind you, so don't. I know there's levels. Don't worry about that. And I'm big up for what you have done. Do you know what I'm saying? But just
excellent.
Just keep that one eye open.
Excellent.
Now, respect. Now, big up. Obviously, I say big up Ben. Keep doing your thing. Yes. Obviously, like you said, you announced it. I didn't know who you was before. Now I know you are. Trust me, I'm going to be watching. So you better be performing your fight.
Yes,
I bet you better be careful because Riddy will bite you in your face with his grills, bro.